Hello there everybody, WhatCulture Wrestling's Adam Cleary here, and if you wondered why I'm not joined by a hot slice of blinding chemistry, well, we're pretty thin on the ground today. Wilborn's at another wedding, because that's just what Wilborn does. Andy's got the day off, Jules has got the day off, Nicholas is balls deep in work, Simon Miller doesn't even work in our office, so just me today for the news, just me. So we'll try and get through it as best as we can. A lot of stories for you, as ever, as well as your Twitter questions, and of course a little bit of a funny look at... Not even kidding, this is absolutely shit. Anyway, coming up for you today, we have many stories, including but not limited to WWE copying us again.
Big news about brand new NXT contracts.
There's another Saudi Arabia match of high banter.
And loads of shiny new pictures of the AEW Championship.
But coming up first, you can all stop tweeting me now. I have seen it, I know, it's fine. The big news this morning in the wrestling world is that WWE's brightest star in its men's division and WWE's brightest star in its women's division,
the power couple.
The power couple are now going to become the power Mr. and Mrs. couple. Yes, this is the big news. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are engaged to be wed, and I woke up this morning to 400 or so tweets, a couple of Instagram. Everybody added me.
I'm sorry.
I'm right,
sorry,
it's fine.
Cleary.
It's fine. It's fine. I've loads of people added me in the Instagram post. Not even said anything, just
straight up.
as a reply. No, congratulations, Becky and Seth. Oh, well done, magical. Very happy for you. Just Adam Cleary. just I'm a big Becky Lynch fan, and Seth Rollins is a dork, and she could do way better than this. But those are nice. They seem to be incredibly happy, don't they? Like, there was that lovely photo of them at WrestleMania where they were like, oh, this is dead nice. So I guess we could finally tell everyone about this now. So I guess it's been going on for ages and ages and ages and ages.
Probably, yeah. It must have been longer than anyone thought it was.
I mean, to be fair, if you were as big a dork as Seth Rollins...
you'd lock that down.
I'm fine, by the way. I'm absolutely fine. You would try and lock Becky Lynch down as quickly
100%.
as you possibly could. But no, this is nice. Very few relationships like this actually unfold like this in WWE. Either you don't know they're seeing each other and it's not played up on camera, and if it is, it's not really talked about like from a kayfabe perspective, like the Rusev Lana thing. They kind of had to expose themselves in that regard, but WWE have lent hard into Seth Rollins.
It ends up with a whole Matt Hardy Edge situation.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, God, imagine if she just found somebody more charming and just ran away with them. I can't imagine anything like that.
Can't imagine who.
Can't imagine who that could be. But yeah.
She gonna take his name? Becky Rollins?
You wouldn't think so.
Seth
Lynch?
Man?
Seth
Lynch?
Man? I could see
Seth
taking
Rollins Lynch?
You would imagine purely for merchandising perspectives and the fact that, you know, you kind of have to future-proof yourself when all weddings are involved. You wouldn't take...
That's never happened in a wrestling storyline, has it? Like
someone's taken their name,
has actually taken the wrestling name.
Oh, I bet it has at least once. I bet people are already in the comments going,
what about this?
How do you feel about that one? But no, it'd be a bit daft, wouldn't it? Because if it does go awry down the line, then they'd have to segue back to Seth Rollins. I'm assuming
it'd be a bit awkward.
I'm assuming in a situation.
But then they could do a whole divorce angle, and that'd be a whole nother storyline.
God, I hope this is the thing, right? I genuinely hope they don't lean into the whole wedding thing with them, because it's no secret that Becky's shine has been dulled quite a lot since WrestleMania, and
100%.
that was partially because they put her with Lacey Evans for so long, but also partially because they put her in a jaunty couples team up angle when they could have just been giving her good opponents like.
And amazingly, for a pair that are getting married, they had no chemistry on screen.
Yeah, that was weird, but also none of my business whatsoever. Anyway, let's move on quite quickly from that one.
Okay, so a bit of news from the Wrestling Observer. The Wrestling Observer. About NXT contracts, and apparently all of the NXT contracts are set to change when the big TV show move happens on USA on Wednesday nights.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because it's a main TV show.
That's true.
So apparently all of the developmental deals are going to be changing to something more along the lines of a main roster contract. Top stars are going to probably do the best out of this, obviously. And they'll be changing pretty much instantly as soon as it goes in September. Other people, they'll be changing as they go along. But it seems like at the minute, NXT developmental contracts are probably worth around sort of 40 to 60,000 a year, according to Meltzer. Dollars, obviously.
Dollars, right?
But obviously main roster earn a lot more than that. So whether they're going to be quite up there with Raw and SmackDown contracts or not, who knows?
It's a bit weird on this. We talked about it on yesterday's news, how much NXT is a concept, how much of it's fundamentally going to have to alter now, because like it was a developmental thing that they just effectively they don't need to broadcast NXT. FCW and Ohio Valley, they never were to be broadcast on a large scale.
It's not the point of it. The point of it is to get them ready for broadcast.
The point of it is to get them ready for the main roster. So if you're already technically a broadcast professional wrestler, you've got to be more polished. You can sort of, because you watch the odd NXT match, you're like, wow, she's nowhere near ready, or he's got a long way to go, and you're like, well, it's fair enough, it's developmental. But now, if it's a televised brand, it doesn't really work that way.
It makes you worry about the undercard matches slightly, because they're there to learn and to get TV time and get better at what they do. If they're doing that on a much larger scale, could that either A, damage the performers, or maybe they're just not going to have those kind of matches on TV anymore?
Call-ups is the weird one for me. And well, obviously, I'm going to try and do a video about this somewhere down the line, but like if you're a TV network executive and NXT is one of your top shows, and you've got this big star who's doing well, he's holding the belt, and then you get a phone call from Mr. Levesque in Connecticut, and he's like,
going to Raw.
Yeah, so we're going to drop the belt because we want to move him up to Raw. And you're like, sorry, move him up. Sorry, it doesn't move up, he moves off my show. He doesn't move up from my show, he moves off my show. So that's going to be quite problematic, really. How do you segue the biggest stars away? Because NXT is constantly in a state of evolution, isn't it? We've seen time and time again, the best performers have to leave to go up to Raw and SmackDown, as we offer a tiny little prayer and wish them all the best. But like, if you sign up to watch NXT and you're really enjoying it, then 1 week, let's say you don't even watch WWE. Let's say SummerSlam happens or some big pay-per-view, and then Undisputed Era gone, and you're like, right, well, sorry, where's my top guys? Where's my most interesting, compelling reason to tune in?
You've got to think as well that this is also a fair reaction to AEW again. Like, obviously the NXT move was, but the contracts-wise, like AEW are in the position to offer like low six-figure deals for a much lower schedule. And if these NXT guys are now getting national TV exposure, they're going to be worth a lot more to AEW.
I know you don't do the news very often.
Before.
I know you don't do the news very often, very often, mate. But we deal solely in emails. There's no emails here. No emails, just facts. Just facts. And as we know, AEW has nothing to do with WWE deciding to put NXT on television on the exact same night, or sign all these performers to much more lucrative, harder to get out of contracts. None of that whatsoever. Iron sharpens iron. Competition is best. And speaking of competition being best for WWE, remember how they love to see us doing a thing.
Yeah.
And they go, we want that.
They do that.
Yeah, it started with every single champion we had in WCPW.
Yeah, they really liked them.
They really liked them. Then it started. I mean, they even took Matthew from Botchamania's Botch show because they don't like people on the internet to have things. And then they did Watch Along, which was basically YouTubers sitting down and talking about what they thought of WWE pay-per-views.
That's what we do.
While they were going on. Yeah. Have you seen what they're doing now?
What?
A podcast network.
What?
Adam Wilborn.
Wilborn isn't here for this one.
Yeah, the Hollywood Reporter reported this last night. They're set to launch a exclusive podcast network, sort of similar to the WWE network, but instead of videos, it's going to be purely audio programs, of which there is, I'm sure. When you think about how many wrestlers love doing podcasts, how good wrestlers are at making podcasts, this is just a no-brainer. Really, it's going to be run by Endeavour, who are the company who run the network. So it should launch, not work at all for months and months and months, and finally gets moved out, and then.
But sporadically have some really interesting content.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, there's no argument whatsoever that it's going to have very interesting content. Wrestlers are really good at podcasts because the road life of a wrestler very much lends itself to just get a microphone out and shoot the proverbial, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's going to be quite good. I mean, I bet there's no. Can you imagine how many knocks on doors there's going to be for this?
Depends how much they're allowed to do. If this ends up like a sort of talking smack situation, then it could end up really good. But then if it ends up going a bit too talking smack, and then they cut down, and then everything has to be within the realm of kayfabe or whatever.
Well, to be fair, the Let Edge and Christians show kind of break the boundaries of that.
Yeah,
they used to have a section called Will WWE Let Us Talk About, where they would bring up a topic.
Yeah, and WWE.com randomly does like fantasy booking type stuff every now and then.
I wonder where they got that idea from. Anyway, this is a quote from WWE's Advanced Media Executive Vice President. Why have I got a short job title? Are you telling me I'm less important than this guy?
100%.
By the end of this, I'm gonna come up with a really long job title for myself. Anyway, this is by J.R. Donlan, but I'm gonna do it in Vince McMahon's voice because I have no idea what J.R. Donlan sounds like.
Do it.
Storytelling is at WWE's core, goddammit, and we are eager to add the audio genre to our portfolio. Partnering with Endeavour, an expert in podcasting, will enable us to provide fans with unique content and reach new audiences across the Yeah, kind of went a bit dog at the end there rather than Vince McMahon. But that's interesting that they think audio is a genre rather than a medium, which is quite an odd one. But yeah, I would imagine right now, if you look at sort of the 24/7 belt in particular, a lot of people getting themselves over on social media, this is a way for WWE's performers to get
a whole new platform.
Yeah, it's a whole new platform for them. If you look at like what R-Truth and Drake Maverick have done with the 24/7 title, that was a platform available that they've taken the reins on and they've run with.
Going back to talking smack as well, like what Renee and Bryan did that, and then guys like The Miz just took full advantage of that.
Well, every time we talked about The Miz and Bryan as a potential WrestleMania feud, everyone went, yeah, but they're talking smack. It's so good. 30 seconds of content.
Yeah, but it was so good that we're still talking about it.
Up, down, down's been great for Xavier Woods. This is, if someone can get a podcast over, a really good concept, road story, something like that, that could really help somebody on the roster. 2 or 3 people, 5 or 6, loads of them. There's no downside to this, except they've stolen our thing again. Again! Oh, I hate them, Phil. What else you got?
AEW Championship.
Yeah, something like that.
There's been a Warner Media event and they've been showing it off, and it looks lovely. Look at these pictures.
Well, we saw it in Las Vegas, of course.
We did.
But we were
when
far
Bret Hart
away.
pointed it the wrong direction.
But we were far away.
We were very far away.
And as Father Ted has taught us, it's difficult to gauge size between something is small, whether it is
far away.
Far away. So how does it look?
It looks like this. Lovely.
Is it on screen?
Yeah.
Wow, it looks amazing.
Doesn't it look nice? It's quite big. Looks quite heavy.
I think they've got this absolutely spot on, because it's always a danger, isn't it, when you're a new wrestling promotion that well, 3 dangers. First of all, that you try and make your belt too different and it looks weird.
Yeah.
B, that you try and make your belt look too spectacular, it looks garish. Or C, you don't express to the belt designer that it's not for a YouTube channel and it's actually for a wrestling promotion, and they inadvertently give you one that is best described as toy size. But that's a story for another time.
Not that we know anything about that.
Not that we know anything about that exact scenario. Anything you could tell us about the belt?
Not particularly. It looks like it's vaguely designed as like a cross between the big gold belt from WCW and the IWGP Championship. They've gone for a very classic design for it, which I really, really like.
I do really, really like.
People put a lot of stock on the look of belts these days.
Well, they do, don't they? It's the same way, like, there's this pageantry to wrestling, which kind of goes away from the actual wrestling itself. I was talking about entrance themes yesterday. Entrance themes are such a big part of the wrestling. It's part of how you tell the story when the music breaks.
Yep.
So AEW could do with upping their entrance theme game to match their belt game, but that belt...
It's the prestige of it as well. Like when the Universal Championship was unveiled, everyone was just like, that's the main belt of your main show. Whereas this, it looks like something you want.
I'll never, ever, ever, as long as I live, forget the noise the crowd make when Mick Foley unveiled the 24/7 Championship. And Foley's just like trying to get the thing over with its tiny little
Foley,
strap.
had to do the 24/7 Championship and the Universal Championship.
God, they hate him.
They really do.
Yeah, speaking of legends who deserve better in WWE, I'm so good at the links now, by the way.
I like that.
There are aftershocks, tremors. Like, this was reported initially a while ago, and it's getting picked up again yesterday. It's not. I wouldn't call this. If this was breaking brand new news, this would have been what we led with, but it's not. So it's kind of just fitting in at the end of the pile, just to sort of remind you that this is a thing that might happen. The Sun newspaper in the UK, lol, picked up from the Dirty Sheets podcast that WWE are still dead set. They've got a big wobbly wobble on for this. They want to do Sting versus Undertaker in Saudi Arabia at their next convenience. Now, what I'll say about this is that they did Undertaker versus Goldberg and it was an unmitigated disaster. For whatever you might think about these two wrestlers, whatever they've achieved in the past, they can't physically both be in a ring together and get the other one through a match. The human body simply doesn't work that way. You can carry people through matches, as we saw with Dolph and Goldberg.
Yep, that was fantastic. That's what you need to do with Goldberg.
You need someone who is physically able to get the match across from a what's what I'm looking for, an athletic standpoint. And for all that Goldberg and Undertaker are tremendous workers in some limited capacity, it doesn't work. You can't, it's like the two poles of the magnets, Phil.
Sting's like 60 now, isn't he? Undertaker's 50, is he
Sting
52?
barely got through that last Seth Rollins match. And Seth Rollins was excellent at
and that was like 4 years ago, and ever since he's said that, that's it. So
it nearly forced him to retire, like, in a manner that he would not, like, it nearly forced him to retire, not in his own terms.
Yeah, which is mental.
Literally the worst thing that could possibly happen. So,
but Saudi money!
Is there enough Saudi money to make this happen?
There's enough Saudi money to bring Shawn Michaels out of retirement. So there's a lot of Shawn.
The thing is, I'd almost rather see Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, because Shawn Michaels at least looked like he had a bit of spunk about him. And
you think Shawn Michaels would be like, I need to fix this now.
Yeah, it's grotty but
the build would be great.
The build would be fantastic.
The
storytelling
wonderful.
would be excellent.
Just keep the match to like 3 minutes long.
Why not do a tag team match?
Yeah.
They got The Undertaker back, he did the thing with Roman Reigns, and that was excellent. Why not do Sting and a friend versus The Undertaker and a friend?
Another friend.
I don't even care who. Gangrel?
Doesn't matter.
Other Goths?
Other Goths. All the Goths.
Undertaker and Gangrel versus Sting and Paige. There you go.
There it is.
Although Paige can't really wrestle, can she? She's the next god. I don't know.
Gangrel's also quite old.
Yeah, please get your goth suggestions in the comments below. We'll take them under advisement.
Excellent.
Finally, goths like Impact.
Goths like Impact?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Today's episode of Impact that's airing later on today is apparently kind of a testing pot for a new studio style TV show that they're working on. It's going to be called Cali Combat. Of all things, it's a one-off at the minute. It's filmed in the California's Ocean View Pavilion, which is where they did Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And it's kind of, they're testing the waters for when they finally get a new network and they can get a new sort of cheaper TV, like studio-based show, like a new system. Make everything a bit cheaper, make it run a bit smoother. So this is their testing.
Is that going to work?
Who the hell knows?
I mean, you're quite experienced in this manner of trying to get more streamlined production values.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult.
Any more you want to tell them on that?
Not really. The card at the minute is going to be Elgin versus Rhino, Tommy Dreamer versus Sami Callihan in a no DQ match. Reno Slammy is Solomon Crow, I think.
Solomon?
You remember that guy from NXT? Yeah, he's a bit rubbish now.
Sammy Call My Man.
Sammy Call My Man, that's the one. Reno Scum versus the North, and Rich Swann versus Jake Christ.
That's all right.
It should be interesting to see where they're going.
Tessa.
No Tessa.
Tessa's the best
Not
thing we've
announced
got.
anyway. Yeah.
In my opinion.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But it'll be interesting to see where they are looking for the future anyway. Because their Time on Pursuit channel in America isn't going very well since they've currently aired the wrong episode once, and they just never brought them back from a commercial break.
That's quite, the thing is, I quite like that as a narrative device. Like, you go to the commercial break and you just don't come back.
It just never comes back.
What happened
on Impact
That would make me tune in next week.
Yeah,
that
because
genuinely
obviously you've missed a big chunk of the TV show.
Well, no, I mean, I would think it was real. I'd be like, well, I want to know where they went.
It must have been really bad.
I didn't sit through 15 minutes of commercials for nothing.
You got anything else?
No, I have the Twitter questions.
I've got more.
Oh, what have you got?
I've got a thingy more from Dave Meltzer.
Oh, is it the Eric Rowan thing?
No.
Oh.
This is a whole new thing.
Fun.
This is last minute additions. Apparently there are huge amounts of tickets for the AEW debut in Washington, the debut TV show, out on the secondary market. They've been overscalped by loads. Dave Meltzer's saying there's around 4,700 tickets in the aftermarket at the minute. Apparently the Boston and Philadelphia shows also got scalped, but they're doing much better, and like some of the Boston tickets are going for like 3 times what they're actually worth. But if you want a cheap ticket to the Washington show, it seems like some are going as low as $8 at the minute because they are overscalped.
Wait, no, that's good. That's good. That's good then.
For consumers. AEW get the money because they've already bought the tickets.
This is.
It's good for consumers because they'll get cheap tickets.
This is a big sell.
And all the scalpers are just absolutely effed in the
Just going to take this time to say that the second-hand ticket market, scalpers, Seatwave, things like that.
Yep.
You're up there with landlords for me.
Yeah.
Like genuinely.
Massive assholes.
I'm convinced there's going to be a massive resource shortage on this planet at some point, and eat the landlords is my first port of call.
Yep.
But eat ticket scalpers is second,
Okay.
because no one would miss you.
Yeah.
No one would miss a single one of you. Not one.
If any of you are watching.
If you're watching this and you're a ticket scalper, legitimately, no one would miss you. Just retrain, do anything else. Anything. Do anything else. Please.
Literally anything with your life.
Be a YouTuber. Stoop that low. Like, do anything you want.
It does mean, though, that if those 4,700 tickets don't sell, tickets are going to obviously get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as closer to the event, so you might get some hella deals. But if there's huge gaps in the crowd, it's not going to look great for AEW's first ever TV show, which would be a shame. That's the only biggest shame coming out of this.
What I would do, and we've got live event experience, you can do these things all day. What I would do, if let's say the secondary ticket market ruins everything and there's these massive gaps in the crowd, what I would do is say to everybody, look guys, you all hate scalpers as much as everybody does because everybody hates scalpers. Can we all just shuffle around so all the gaps are in the one spot? So there's one big gap rather than loads of little gaps. And what I would do is, I would write on all the chairs, death to scalpers. Or I would write, eat the scalpers. That's what I would do. Cody, if you're watching, and we know you are, mate, that's a free idea you can have, completely free, all yours, don't have to pay me anything except $1 million. There.
Enjoy it.
Is that all the news?
No, I've got something else. Eric Rowan.
I see that at the end because it's funny.
Okay.
Let's hold that for now. Finally, we can do the Twitter questions first. Eric Vasquez.
Yes.
Long-term friend of the channel.
Long time.
Long-term.
Hi, Eric.
Long-time listener, long-time caller. In honor of the great Andy Murray, didn't know there was 2, if you could pick any 2 current wrestlers to join Gangrel in reincarnating the Brood for banter, who are you taking?
Any 2 current wrestlers?
Yeah. Edge count.
Edge does technically count.
Edge counts now.
Can we have Jimmy Havoc as one of them?
Yes.
And
oh, it's tough, isn't it?
oh, yeah, Paige was still wrestling.
I
Jimmy
was
Havoc and
gonna say
Paige,
Paige.
with Gangrel. I'd be down with that.
Nakamura.
Nakamura.
You imagine Goth
Full on
Nakamura.
Goth Nakamura.
Goth Nakamura, Jimmy Havoc,
Yeah.
managed by Paige. The new brood.
The new brood.
The new brood.
The new brood.
The new, yeah, don't Google that. If you want to do any cool illustrations of the new brood, which is obviously Jimmy Havoc, Paige, me, Phil, and Gangrel,
Yep.
and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
I don't know if you got a spare afternoon, maybe draw that. That'd be quite fun. There was a load of random questions. None of them are particularly great, but somebody tagged every single wrestling YouTuber he could think of. All
Okay.
the greats.
I think I might have seen
Yeah,
this.
all the great ones, and some of the other ones as well, saying, in honour of the XFL launch,
Yeah, I did see this.
what would your WhatCulture team name be? And again, I'm going to ask everybody to Photoshop this if they totally can.
Yeah, and put your own suggestions in the comments below.
What would your WhatCulture
WhatCulture.
XFL team name be?
Does it have to be based on the place where we're from, or is it just what culture? Like, is it Newcastle something?
No, I would say WhatCulture.
What culture?
Someone's gone for Head Slappers.
That's a good one. Although that's kind of more just a Simon Miller.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, right?
The what culture contents?
Well, everyone can have that, though, can't they?
Yeah, I suppose. What would yours be?
I should have thought about this before I came on.
You really should.
The WhatCulture Ducats.
Ducats.
It's like an animal, isn't it? Ducats is money, isn't
Okay,
it? Ducats
yeah.
means money. The
But
WhatCulture
it's also
Ducats.
an animal. Are we gonna?
Yeah, so you can have like the Mighty Ducks. The
Are we gonna
WhatCulture.
fly in a what culture flying V?
Yes, the WhatCulture Ducats. That's what I'd go
Game.
for. Or the WhatCulture Bastards.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Straight up bastards.
The WhatCulture Bastards. Again, get those Photoshop ideas. As well
Especially the
organised.
Mighty Ducks one. What culture Mighty Ducks?
Should we move to our finally?
Yes! Rowan of Daniel Bryan and Rowan fame has a brand new name.
A new name?
A brand new name.
What have they changed Eric Rowan's name to, Phil?
They changed Eric Rowan's name to Eric Rowan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to throw out all my t-shirts
I
then.
know, right? Yeah, that's just the WWE these days. Who knows what the hell they're doing? My thoughts, or well, it's technically Nicholas's thoughts, was that as part of this two Rowans angle that they've got going on, they're going to need some kind of birth certificate to prove which one's the real Rowan. And so he needs a first name to be on his birth certificate.
Right, so Eric Rowan,
Yeah.
he was Eric Rowan for ages.
He was Eric Rowan for ages. Earlier in the year, he got changed to just Rowan,
Rowan.
because WWE can't handle
Yeah.
two names. That's way too much.
And now they've changed it to Eric Rowan.
Yeah.
Have they just given him his first name back or have they tweaked it?
It's got a K on it, I think.
Right.
I don't know if he
So
used
this
to
is
have a
technically a
K.
third gimmick.
Well, yeah.
It was Eric
Brand new.
Rowan, then Eric Rowan with a K.
Eric Rowan.
Wow. WWE are... Why have
They're
they done
good at this.
Why have they done that? Have we put a K in somebody's name lately? You
Don't think so. But yeah, that's it.
can put one in my name. You could change it to K-L-E-R-Y.
Most
Probably
people
even-
do anyway.
Most people just spell it however they feel like at the time.
Change the Y to a K
Well,
as well.
that's all the news. Let's click. That's
Well,
all.
we did well.
That's all the news, isn't it? Well done,
Yes,
Phil. Thank
we
you so
did it.
much for scaring the living whatever I've got out of me. Anyway, yes, let's
Do you remember the first
news
news video we did? See if you can find that on YouTube.
You have to do the outro now. You have to do the outro now.
Thanks so much for watching. I have been Phil Chambers. You can follow me at Phil My Chambers. You can follow at Adam Cleary.
C-L-E-R-Y.
There it is. And you can follow What Culture as a whole at WhatCulture WWE. Don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe, and comment down below what you think our What Culture XFL team name should be, and who you think should be in the new brood.
Can't believe I'd completely forgotten about that. Also, if you can find the first news video me and Phil ever did, we will.
The first person to tweet us the first news video that me and Cleary ever did together wins.
Wow.
Kudos.
That was some time ago,
It
that
was
now.
some time ago.
Enjoy looking for that. Anyway, yes, thank you all for watching. This has been What Culture News. We will see you soon.
Bye.